Okay, so here we are with Oliver, again with another update for you guys on what he's been working on. Um, it's been pretty fun with him lately, and I've learned a few new things about him. Um, and I'll share that, I guess, as we keep going here, since the video's jumping right into his first concept that he's learned, and that is ringing a bell. With the puppies, there's always the kind of formal obedience training and things like that, but it's neat to teach them fun little things as well, such as ringing the bell. And actually, the bell can come in useful. If you did want to train the dog to ring a bell to let you know he needs to go outside, or anything of that matter. That's, I guess, usually the main reason I think folks, like the bell. But he is just, he just perked right up once he caught on that, oh my gosh, if I ring this thing, I get paid. I mean, he's all about it, and he's getting pretty deliberate now about, being specifically touching the bell with his paw. Sometimes he lays on it, or bites it there, but you can see he's trying to make the effort to touch it there with his paw. Just a really fun little exercise for him. It's quick. He gets the instant reward. I'm still clicking. Like, that was a nice one. I'm still clicking when he does the right thing here, because this was a new concept. So I'm just waiting, and I'm not telling him to ring the bell. I'm just placing it there and rewarding him when he interacts with it, such as ringing it. So that's kind of how we started that. It kind of goes back to some of the original concepts of just, creating the right scenario for him to do what we want. And that's kind of what I did with the bell. Oh, and so here's an update on his pedestal training. So he is going full 360s now in both directions. So he's definitely getting his coordination down, and he's looking pretty good here. He could probably go longer than a full 360. I think he is doing it very proficiently. It's very smooth. He's not getting any hiccups. And you can see he's crossing over in the hinds, kind of like you see with horses. So he's putting it together. Sometimes he kind of steps together with the hind feet, but at this stage, he's doing really well with that. And so I'm actually just rewarding him with kibble. So this was his morning session. So for all of his food, I am doing a training session for. So he has to work for his breakfast and his dinner. So that's what he's eating here. And then when the food is gone, when his meal's gone, then we're done. So here we're working on sitting down, and he's gotten a lot better at the down. I no longer have to lure him. He has caught on to the hand signals, which unfortunately you can't really see here with the way the video is set up, but it's just a hand that comes straight down like this. That means down. And he lays down, and then I reward him with the kibble on the ground just to reinforce that down. And we've worked a lot on down. It was actually kind of difficult for him to want to do that. It wasn't his preferred behavior, but now he's actually offering the down more than he's offering the sit at times. So that's usually how it goes with training. You work on the hard thing, more than the easier things, and then pretty soon the hard thing is the easy thing, and you have to kind of balance it back out with those other things. And so that's where he's at with that. Going back to the bell here, I did a little of everything just for this quick video session of his morning breakfast. But when I when I have been doing it, you know, without video recording, trying to show you everything he's been doing, I usually will just pick one thing and do that for his meal. But for the video, we're doing a little bit of it all. And honestly, he understands the concepts now of it all. He's ready to start putting it together, or not really putting it together, I guess, but being able to rotate through the different exercises. It's not, I mean, you can see he's still really engaged. It's not completely blowing his mind, kind of burnout kind of thing. So we're ready to, you know, do those things anyways. But to keep it easier on yourself too, if you do this at home, you know, just pick one thing and just get him really proficient at it. So the other thing I think I'm trying to see here, he's offering the down. I wanted him to sit, and he was like, "Are you sure? Because we've been working on down all week." And I think that's what I should do. So I have started a little bit of stay work from the position of down, which you saw when I was talking a little earlier. I didn't really point it out, but so he's worked on stay from the sit. So now we've also started working on stay from the down, and he is catching on to that really well. So that was his morning breakfast. I believe that's it. Yep. And now this is a different breakfast. And so I'm going to show you here where he's at with his obedience heel. And he's been doing really, really well at this in the kennel area. So I've only worked with him outside now at the stage he's at. This is the second time. And this is also, he's not very bothered by the leash, but I've actually done it without the leash when working on it inside. So he shows some really good things in this video, but there's just so many more distractions. The grass is distracting, the sounds are distracting, the smells are distracting, and then my husband's videoing, and that was distracting. So he actually does really well, and he's ready to start doing this outside. But just to kind of give you an idea on where he's at. So I've got all of his breakfast in the pouch of my sweatshirt, and I'm basically just giving him small handfuls when he does what I want him to do. And if he drops little pieces on the ground, that's kind of what you're seeing when he's laying down grabbing those. I'm just trying to make sure he gets all the pieces. So it's a little messy here using the kibble, but you can see he's pretty excited about it, and that's what I want. So there, I call that flip. So I don't have to move my body, like I don't have to move my legs anymore to encourage him to swing back around behind me enough so he can then come forward and sit in a nice heel position at my left side. And I want him pretty straight on that heel position. So you see me doing that a lot here in the beginning. There it is, flip, and see how he sits so nicely right next to me. And as soon as he does it, I'm clicking and rewarding. And there he held the position. Oh, I'm going to walk off. And see there, it was really nice. He followed me, but he was a little bit out of position with his automatic sit. So there I had him flip and get back in position. So a lot of this, once he can start really nailing the position, it's pretty much game on from there. And he's doing really well. Look how nice and tight that was on a turnaround. We call that an about turn. But we're just doing little steps. If I start going too much and take too many steps, he gets excited and runs forward. And that's just a puppy. I mean, this is a young puppy. He's doing absolutely phenomenal for how young he is. I wouldn't really expect anything different. I'm really pleased with how he's, coming along here. And I'm going to tell him heel. And you also notice from the last video, I'm keeping my hand, mostly I'm trying to keep it on my hip. And eventually I will graduate from holding my hand on my hip to holding it over my belly. In obedience, that's my kind of preferred choice, is a flat hand on my belly. but I'm no longer, I think in the last video I showed you, I was luring him right at his nose. And so we don't really have to do that much anymore. That's really pretty. Oh, he got in front of me, so I'm going to flip, and he's back in position, click and reward. So I'm going to tell him heel. He kind of got a little confused there. I'm going to reset him up just like that. So it's just lots of these little repetitions over and over again, as long as he is, you know, engaged. And if he loses his attention, you know, we drop a piece of kibble or he smells something in the grass. At this age, I mean, he's a puppy. I just kind of like here, I'm just waiting for him to clean up the little kibbles. And as soon as he brings his attention back on me, then I'll try and get him engaged again and see he's ready to go. Now, what I have found with Oliver, and this actually makes it way more simple, just training him for mealtime, he is much more motivated by this. I think it is, I mean, he definitely likes the kibble, but it's the hunger factor. You know, when I was training him midday with treats rather than kibble, I had his attention, but I have found he is so much more motivated when we do this at breakfast time or dinner time. So I don't even have to worry about treats. I mean, look how he's eating this kibble. He is like loving it. And it makes it easier on me, and I have a much more engaged, motivated dog to work with. And that's more important to me than trying to find a more, I don't know, special treat or something like that. I'd rather just do it at mealtime and, you know, and then we're done. I mean, it's literally like 5 minutes it takes me to go through. He's getting about a cup and a half in the morning and a cup and a half in the evening. That was a nice and tight about turn. That was really pretty. That was pretty much perfect on his part. Heel and sit. He was a little crooked there, but I'm going to reward him because I also can tell too, you know, he's starting to be a little more distracted at this point, still engaged. So I'm constantly judging the dog too, because if I ask too much and don't reward, you know, that slightest try kind of thing, I can lose him a little bit. And I'm just really trying my hardest to keep him engaged. But he's just, oh my gosh, the way he looks at me when he's in that heel position is just something else. He is so fun and he is so expressive, you know, just with his feeling. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He would be a really fun one, especially with his movement. I mean, he gives you a lot of knee action, and really gets those front legs out in front of him. It's pretty flashy. He would be really fun to do some obedience trials with. I mean, he's just going to look really cool when he does it. Because see how he looks up at me? I love that. It's so fun. He's doing a really great job. But yeah, that's kind of where he's at and what he's been working on. We've got another week-ish before he goes home, so we're gonna try and continue on with what we've got going. And of course, if there is anything else that you would like to see or you have questions or anything like that, let me know. But he's doing fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed his update. Talk to you guys later.